So this meeting is being recorded. You will be able to find it on our YouTube channel later this afternoon. If we discuss any links or have any attachments, I'll make sure that those are in the show notes when we load it on YouTube as well. Um, and just to go over a few reminders, I know it's been a minute. Any questions you have, please type them in the chat box. We'll get to all your questions. We love answering them. Love that you guys are all here with us. This is what keeps us going. So any questions that you have, please feel free to type them. And we just ask that you kindly keep yourselves muted with video off to preserve sound quality. I think we do have a few still joining, but it is 1:02. So Miss Erin and Gina, please take it away whenever you're ready.
Thanks, Ariel.
Hi,
Hi, Erin.
everybody. Hi, Gina.
Hi, Erin.
We haven't done one of these in a while. My goodness.
No, it does feel like a long time. I don't know. Time is crazy lately.
I know. But hi, everyone. Happy summer. Yeah, summer's here.
Yeah. So hard to
So
believe. I know.
we have a lot to cover. We have a lot
Yeah,
to cover today.
there's a lot going on. Yes, all around for sure.
Okay. Gina, do you have a place you want to start? Do you want to start with
Um, hmm.
orientations, contract
So
update?
yeah, we have been moving through recontracting for this year. So Uh, most of you are done. We have a few people left. This year does require anyone who has a school readiness or a VPK contract with us to complete orientation. We held those live orientation sessions in April and May. And we've since been able to move that to an on-demand platform. So we've sent out information about that so that if you missed our live, you can go on demand and watch the recording and then get your training certificate to prove that you've completed the orientation training. So that'll be available for everybody the rest of the time that we go through. My thought, I know a lot of people are asking for like copies of the presentation and the supporting stuff. My thought was to make sure that we hit everybody understanding that they had to actually watch the video before we finish the contracts. So I'm sorry, after July 1st, I'll do an email blast out to everybody with a copy of the PowerPoint and the support documents so that we don't have any misunderstanding of thinking, oh, I got the PowerPoint, so I'm good. And not, I know, I feel like I'm falling off the screen too. Here we go. So that we have everybody actually complete the orientation. So that will be coming out to you. I didn't forget. I just been trying to take care of other things. It'll in hand with the school readiness contract, we ask everyone to do the CSE scholarship contract. Most everybody has done that. I have a few people that I'm chasing around for that. And then this year, we actually were able to offer to our preschool providers a mini grant. So we've had an ELC mini grant going on, which has also been another site to log into and get in and complete. So it's been a lot in this month. It's hard to believe it's only the 17th. I feel like I've lived like 3 months in a 15-day window. So it's been a lot, but thank you all for your diligence and your patience because I know we had some little snafus here and there and we have some staff out. So it's been a lot going on, but I really appreciate you all taking the time and following up and making sure you have everything you need to be done for us. So we're looking pretty good. Orientation, like I said, if you have new staff come on board, while we only needed one person from the site to meet the contract, hopefully those orientations will be helpful for any new directors or administrators that you hire. So they can always go in and take that orientation. So hopefully that'll help them kind of, hence the word, orientate themselves with working with us and getting through contracting and understanding the terms of the contract. And I don't know what else to say about that, so I'll stop talking.
So there's a separate school readiness orientation
Yes.
and a VPK orientation. So
Yes.
if you have both contracts, you had to take both.
Yes.
So you got to see us twice, which What's better than that? It's better than
I
that.
know.
So this is a new state requirement. So anyone contracted with any coalition all across the state, it's not just something in Palm Beach County. We decided, hey, you know what would be fun is to have everyone come online and go through an orientation. This was a new state requirement, but a good one because there
Yeah,
are a lot of moving parts in working with us, and we're here to support you. So it's just another way to go over all the nuts and bolts of what we do together. The other reason it was super helpful is because there were some areas where you had a lot of questions, and that's really instructive for us. That's good information for us to have. So as we do these throughout the year, we're going to have some guests join us from different areas where you had questions who will come on and really answer questions and dig deep into those areas. As lovely and as Gina and I are, there are people who know certain topics much better because they do every day. So we'll be having guests on to really talk about those areas, and we will advertise those ahead of time. So we hope you join us either way. But if there is an area where you think, gosh, I have a specific question about that topic, you can bring your questions and type them in, and we'll ensure that we get those answered for you. So just a really nice way to kind of, go a little deeper into those areas.
yeah,
So we will be doing that this year too. So great information for us as well.
yeah,
So,
absolutely. No, it was really great to hear what you guys needed more help with, and that's definitely something we want to be able to provide. So we're looking to schedule those out.
mm,
Ideally, would have been on there. We'll have a calendar. We're getting there. So give us just a little bit. I hope by July or August at the latest, we have our calendar of our guests
mm.
and our topics so that you
Yes,
can
and we
pick
will
which ones.
share those out. So it'll be kind of a, like an expert series.
Yeah.
Where we'll have people on who will talk about specific topics when we'll start with where we receive the most questions and work our way through.
Yeah.
So if you haven't had a chance to take those yet, please let us know. I think everyone here has. But also, if you have a friend who is a neighboring site, we go, hey, did you get that done? We want to make sure our contracting is smooth. And this is a
Yeah.
process we'll have every year now. So every
Yeah.
year, there will be an orientation. There's always little updates, little tweaks. So there will be an orientation every year
Yeah.
as an update. So
Yeah. And then we did get clarification from the state as well that if you do hold, if you are an out of county provider, so say your site is located in Broward County, you needed to complete Broward County's ELC's orientation. So the same with any of you that may hold a contract with an out of county provider, as long as you did the Palm Beach orientation, Broward or Martin, St. Lucie will um, give you credit for having completed orientation. So it is your home county that you have to do.
there were topics
Yeah.
required statewide. So if you took one versus the other, you are going to get the same core information.
Yeah,
So good
absolutely.
clarification. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right. What else did you have on the docket, Gina? I have a couple things.
I don't remember. So let me see my notes if you want to go, and then I'll find what I had.
So first off, for anyone who was with us for Empower in May, thank you for coming. What a fun day. And I got to see a lot of people and got to hug a lot of people. So if I didn't catch you and you were there, we're thrilled you were there. We're thrilled you were with us. So thank you for being with us. That's our annual provider education event and also for families. And it was really, really fun. So if you were with us, 100%, thank you for being with us. And if you missed this year, join us next year. We'll be
Absolutely.
putting that out there. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So thank you for being with us. The other thing I definitely, and this is in Gina's area, so she knows it way better than I do, but CSC Star Award. So, oh yes, it was. April, it was great. I agree. Empower is always great. It's so fun. CSC Star Award. So CSC Star Award, and we're going to talk a little bit more about training, but CSC Star Award is still there for you. And if you have not had your staff sign up yet, this is really a great time to do it. Summer, sometimes there's a little more chance if someone hasn't gone in yet to go in and create their profile in the system. Um, Beyond being a place where you can store all of your records and have all of your information, staff can apply for financial incentives based around professional development, class score, years they've been with your program, because longevity matters, consistency matters, and their overall years in the field. Gina, stop me if I speak out of
No,
turn.
no,
I think I got it right.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have staff who have not joined the registry yet, now is the time. We'll put a link in the chat. and be sharing more information, but it's also on our website. And I'll make sure I put a link to the website, which has all kinds of information, FAQs, everything you can possibly need to get you started. So I'll put that in the chat. So if you have questions about CSC Star, it's on our website. It's easy to find. We can answer them today. But we definitely want to make sure we get everybody, but everybody in Star. Too good to pass
Absolutely.
up.
Yep. And remind staff that the STAR award actually, excuse me, is available every 6 months. So they will get a notice when the 6 month window comes up. So we've had people already get their second payment, and people who maybe were paid in early this year, July will be the third payment. So the sooner they get onto the schedule and get their award application in, the sooner their 6 months window starts, and it's from the date of their application being approved. So we have people like on the cusp of getting their third payment pretty soon. So it's pretty exciting to be able to offer that. Um, there will be some additional information in the registry. Those of you that read um, looked at your CSC scholarship contract, there were some extra lines in there about doing a survey through about your staffing and benefits. That will be part of the registry. So you are asked to have an organizational admin in the registry where you're approving your staff and verifying that they do work for your site. And come this fall, we will have a survey in there that will ask you to complete that talks about your staffing and the benefits that you offer for staff. So that will be something out. It's not out yet. You haven't missed anything, but we will be asking staff to, or asking you guys to complete that for CSC as part of this project. So it's exciting to see sort of where everyone lies. If you're Seek Scholarship earners, that now is also in our new registry. So thanks, Erin, for getting that information in there. And we do timeline in the so we do. I'm also doing a monthly webinar for staff that have questions on the registry or the CSC Star Award. That one is next Wednesday at 1 o'clock. But every month, I'm sorry, every week, every month, the last week of the month, the last Wednesday of the month, we do a webinar for them also. When it comes to the mini grant, I'll be honest, the last update I had was that they were attempting to get it out by the end of this month. If not, it would be early July. I realize it's a little awkward to say you have to spend the money before you may have gotten it. But um, that is the limitation that we have on that right now. So it is coming. But I would imagine it's not going to be this week, and they're attempting to get it out before the end of the month, but I couldn't guarantee you that at this point. But you'll get it. It's coming.
Good question. Good question.
Yep.
Okay.
You do have to use it by June 30th. So my recommendation and the fun of accounting is to reallocate some funding. So I realize you may have to use it before you actually receive it, but you would just need to supply us a receipt of some kind that you use the funding, and then reallocate that another way. Payroll is a great way, benefits, and then that frees up that funding for something else. There will be an expense report that we asked for. That'll probably be in September that's released. You'll have to submit by the end of the month of September. And my understanding is a receipt would be added with that, but more information to come. I'm not exactly sure. I haven't really had a lot of other details on that one yet. But yes, so you may have to use it before you get it. I apologize. It's weird.
So then it'll be a reimbursement.
Yeah,
So
it's more like a reimbursement.
more
Yeah,
a
exactly.
reimbursement. Either way,
Yeah. Either way,
you
we're
will
happy
get
to be
those
able to
funds.
offer it. Yeah,
Yes, you will
exactly.
get those funds. And we're thrilled that we can do it.
Yeah.
Sometimes the timing, is a little different. So
Yeah,
we appreciate you working with us, but we're also thrilled we can do it. We're just anytime we can
absolutely.
do it. And we know that, that's often the question, are there grants available? And so this is the time. So it could potentially work a little more like a reimbursement, but then, you will end up
Yeah,
square on all of that. So great
absolutely.
questions.
Yeah, it was a nice surprise.
Yeah, those are always great. We know that's a big question we get is any grant.
Mhm.
So yes, right now, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, and yes. Okay.
I didn't have, I was just looking, I don't have a lot of crazy notes. I think the only other thing you guys sort of talked about, um, yeah, I don't know about anything else that I have. Um, I apologize. I'm a little off today. Oh, when do we get a status update? So, what kind of status update do you want to have? Everybody's going to be approved. So if
Yeah,
you
everybody
submit
does get
it,
approved.
yeah, it isn't like,
So, but
you're a
as far as
pending
like,
status.
yes,
Yeah. So everybody's already approved and allocated for. The I don't. The system will show once they start approving them in there, but I'll try and get an email out to everybody letting you know that we have it. Um, yes. So with the grant, you do have to spend the money by June 30th. You might not get the money before June 30th, though. That's where the discrepancy is.
yes. So, our fiscal year, our finance year runs July 1st to June 30th.
Right.
So, not on a calendar year. So if you're ever thinking, gosh, that's a really arbitrary date, why? Our fiscal year is a little bit different. So it runs from July 1st to June 30th. So that's why the June 30th spend.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's just the process of getting the checks out. So the funds are there. So we
Yep.
can tell you the funds are there. They're
Yeah.
allocated to your site.
Right.
So there won't be a just kidding. That won't happen. That we
Yeah. No.
promise that won't happen. The
Yeah.
funds are there.
Yeah.
But because of our year and how our year runs, the expenses, the things you spend money on, have to happen within this year, which ends for
Right.
us on June 30th. So that's
Right.
that's why.
Yeah.
And then it's just the mechanics of getting the checks out because it is allocated for a lot of sites,
Hmm.
and getting those checks out. So it may work more as a reimbursement, but the funds are there,
Yeah.
and allocated for your site.
Yeah. Like I said, I had a couple people sort of like, is it first come, first serve? No, you're all, if
You're
you
all on, and
submit,
it's for
you're
school
all
readiness,
approved.
correct?
Yeah. School
School
readiness
readiness
and VPK.
and
Actually,
VPK. Okay, want to
yeah,
make that clear.
anybody serving birth to five, with school readiness, or VPK contract. You can actually use it for your daycare insurance. You can use it for payroll, for benefits for staff. You can use it for operating expenses, mortgage payments, all of that sort of stuff. So please review. There is a guidance document that we sent out. I'll get that out again with the that we have your application. So yeah, you can use it for that. That
Yeah,
and
if
the
it's possible,
breakdown.
we could maybe even attach it at the end in the show
Yeah,
notes.
yeah, I can get in
Since
there.
we're a fancy show. Ariel, thank you
Uh,
for doing that.
we don't, somebody asked about rates for VPK. We don't actually have the next year's rates for VPK yet. We're waiting on the governor to approve the budget. And once he approves the budget, then they'll have to upload the rates into the provider portal. I haven't heard too much. A couple of things I was trying to Google the other day and see, it was looking like it's going to be around the same. We always do get a cost of living dividend for, even though the base rate may stay the same, they do a cost of living calculation for our every county. So every county is actually paid different. So we're just waiting for the state to, well, for the governor to sign the budget for education, and then for the state to upload those rates into the system. I did send out an email about VPK, sort of like updates, and this is what's going on. And I did not have the rates yet. Once I do have them, I don't keep them secret. I will send it out for sure so that you know what is being paid for VPK for the new year. So I apologize. So it usually May. It's been May a few times, and this year he's just taking a little bit longer. There's a lot
Yeah.
going on legislatively, I think. So it is just taking a little bit longer for them to finalize the budget.
So as soon as we have that, we will share that.
Yeah.
Okay. Good
Um,
question, though. Good question. Keep the
yes.
questions coming. The questions are really helpful.
Yeah.
I'm just making notes in my phone because, um,
So
Because I'm
I
getting up there and my brain is, yeah, I have to write
me
everything
too. I
down.
can't
So here we
remember
are.
words.
Yeah.
Um, Teresa, are you asking if you can use the mini grant for curriculum? Um, if that's your question,
Yes.
then yes, yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. Um,
And items
there,
from the classroom too?
yeah, you can use it for materials, for curriculum, for operating business expenses. So yeah, that's all. Let me get and Aaron can
Perfect.
we can drop the guidance document in there.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
Absolutely. Good questions. Keep them coming. Good questions. These calls are your calls. So, and odds are, if you're asking the question, there are probably two other people on here who go, "Oh, good, good. Someone asked that," because I was thinking the same thing. So super helpful. We'll make sure we get it up in the chat. Okay.
Yeah.
Odds are, if you're
So,
asking a question, somebody else has it too, and you just
mhm.
typed it in the box faster.
Yeah,
So always, I'm so grateful often when I'm on these and someone asks a question, I'm like, I had that same question. Thank
exactly.
goodness they got to it. So
Yeah.
please ask. Please always ask. These calls are your calls. Okay. That's really helpful. So the support document is in the chat and we will attach it in the show notes and
Yes,
it'll be up on
please.
YouTube. Thank you to Ariel. She always gets these up on YouTube with all the notes. Um, which seems to be helpful because sometimes I go on and look and the night traffic of, probably when everyone has quiet and you have quiet time is a lot of times where people hop on and watch. So,
Yeah.
um, thank you for doing that. That's really helpful.
Hmm.
Okay. Okay. All right. I have two items related to VPK. So I'm just going to get those out there. These are my VPK only, um, public service announcements. So, just bear with me for a moment. So
Good stuff.
if you have VPK children, we are doing something very cool this year, thanks to our family services team. We are doing start to finish VPK applications. So I'm going to put the link in the chat to our homepage because there's on our slider, there's a link they connect in. And so if parents bring their documents, we're doing in-person events. So if families have not yet registered for VPK and they have 4-year-olds, they can come in and they can leave with their certificate. Now they have to have proof of age, proof of residency in the state of Florida. But as long as they have that, then they can leave with their certificate. And the team is really working and reminding families who register for a time to come in and get that done to make sure they bring their documents. And it's been an easy, smooth process. So soup to nuts, they can do the whole thing and get done. So I'll put that link in the chat. It links to our homepage. They can choose their date and their time. We have several dates coming up, another one in June, some in July. So if you have families who have not yet gone through the process and gone online and they'd like to come in and do it in person, we have those dates and times available. So that's for VPK. And the last one was very successful. We've done one so far that we did as a test at our Palm Springs location. We will be at some Bridges locations. We are working with the library, so we're going to try to have them where it's convenient for families. But we had a lot of families leave with their certificates in hand. So that's really cool. So I'll put a
Mhm.
link to our homepage in the chat because there's a link there on the slider. The families can go direct and they can sign up for those.
And I see your
The other
question,
thing we're
Vina.
really
We
oh, go
do
right
have
ahead.
a flyer. The ones I sent out, I think I sent out English, Spanish, and Creole for the VPK.
Yes. And I would love
Uh,
to tell you I can send all of those, but sometimes when I'm in Zoom,
yeah,
um,
it's
my
hard.
computer gets a little grouchy at me. Um,
I
So I
had
may
sent it
just make it crazy if
yesterday.
I do that. So I'm going to put our homepage in because there is on our rotator where you see different images and pictures. If you go there, there's a direct link in to the information. Up. So they're spinning. I see them going up. Thanks, Ariel. There they are. English, Spanish, and Creole. The
Yeah.
QR code that's on there, parents can scan that QR code and they, whew, thank you. Okay, thanks, Ariel. Yeah, my computer was going to get really mad at me if I tried all that.
Mhm.
Um, if they click the QR code, they can schedule directly. They can pick their date and their time and sign up. We're also doing a lot of reminding with VPK on two things. One, if your child is not 4 yet, but they will be 4 by September 1st, they can totally go to VPK.
Mhm.
Sometimes our summer birthday kids, they just like, well, I'm not 4 yet. Doesn't matter. As long as you're 4 by September 1st, you're good to go. So we're doing that reminding. We're also reminding families if they got their certificate, we are excited. Certificates are only as good as if you cash them in. You have to pick a site, you have to pick a wonderful, amazing VPK site and take them. So the other part of what we're reminding families is please get your certificate and take it in. So we're working on that. We're working with the libraries. Good question, Ms. Edwards. We're working on finding locations between libraries and bridges all across the county. So more is coming. So this is where we are so far with these locations. So we're working on that. And I'm going to talk about backpack events in a moment because we'll be out in all the communities for backpack events coming up in August. Um, and I'm going to just stop real quick for questions. So I answered the question on the certificates. We do have a quick question on, so I would say for your question about coverage for the grants for laundry.
Let me look really quick if they spelled out anything like, because there's operating when it comes to like, it's more like maintenance and
Mhm.
payments. So I would say use the grant for mortgage payment and use your mortgage money for your washing machine. It's we don't have specifically washing machine, so you would have
Yeah.
to supply a different type of receipt. So it would have to be that you use the grant money for your mortgage or utility payments. Those would
And
be
then
the type
offset
of
that. Yeah.
receipts, yeah, and then
Okay.
use uh your other funding to buy the washing machine. Okay. And Vina, I saw your question too about the literacy. I think it's probably Darian in that team, Andrea or Serena, but I'm still trying to find out your answer, the answer for that one.
If I can scroll, I will go and see if I know the answer. I may not. I know enough to be
Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. I
sort of in
probably
the loop,
them.
but maybe not fully
Yeah.
in the loop.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So that's VPK. We are going to have more locations.
Hmm.
Okay. So those are all up. So you see all the flyers. We are going to have more. And we'll continue to update that and add more dates and times. Okay. So that's the one piece. The other piece, this is for children who just completed VPK. So they just completed VPK, and they're going to kindergarten in the summer. We have an opportunity for families of those children to sign up for a program called PAL. It's personalized assisted learning. And so what this does is it's an app that, or not an app, it's a program that will come directly to their phone and give them activities for their child based on where their child is mathematically that don't require a lot of materials, that they can do a little bit of math review with children over the summer. Children left VPK so ready in such good shape, but we know summer comes. I'm fighting summer learning loss at my own house with my older children, and it's a real thing. And so we want to have opportunities for families who have come through your amazing programs and learned so much to keep that learning fresh. So when they go to school, they're confident and they're ready to hit the ground running, right? VPK is a big thing. And so we'll also put information in the chat for those families. You'll see it also posted on our socials. We sent direct emails out to families, went out in our newsletters. So lots of information going out about the PAL program, but it's free to families for them to register and they will have the activities sent to them. They don't require a lot of materials. They don't have to go out and buy math kits and all kinds of stuff. If there's something with sorting or counting, I'm sure they have something in their home that will work just fine. So these are, and they're also activities that, I don't know, I remember being stuck in traffic, stuck in a doctor's office, stuck somewhere, and you are trying to occupy a child. These are also things that these activities will be sent to them right on their child's level. They can do anywhere. And for all of us who have been stuck in a doctor's office waiting, trying to string out an I Spy game for 20 minutes because you're just trying to keep everybody from climbing the walls. This is a really great way for parents to also keep their kids busy and learning at the same time. So we want to try to cut down on the learning loss. So we'll put information about PAL in the chat as well. This is a great way for parents to reinforce all the amazing things they're doing and that you do all VPK year. So this is available for all children who just completed VPK. So if they're with you still for the summer, I know a lot are, we'll also make sure there's information that you can send home with families because it just reinforces all the amazing things you did. Thank you, Ariel. She's way ahead of me. It's free. It's free, free, free. Good question. PAL is free, 100% free, sent to their phone, easy activities. It'll just say, here's the thing you can do. It could be counting steps, could be them counting. Just, as you take, a walk somewhere, if you walk from your car to the store, it could be just a sorting activity. Everybody has something at home. Children can sort and count, right? I'm doing this with older children who are grumbling at me when I'm, trying to get a little bit of learning in over the summer. But this makes it really fun. I'm dealing with a surly 10 and 12-year-old. I wish they had, something like this for surly 10 and 12-year-olds, but not yet. But for all of our VPK kids, this is definitely a wonderful program and free, 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 free.
Okay. So Vina, you're gonna please reach out to Andrea. 76734756561 I'm putting it in her contact information there. She should be able to give you an update about the literacy initiative payment.
Yes. And Lee, hopefully you got the document in Creole or the flyer in Creole. Good to go. Yay. Okay. Yes, so some of the elementary schools, I just want to go back up to your question, Elizabeth. So some of the elementary schools are offering kindergarten. A very few, tiny little group are going below VPK, but a lot of the programs in Palm Beach County have offered VPK for some time.
Yep.
And so that is the case. We do also have a VPK marketing kit. We know in amongst all the things you do in a day, and all the hats you have to wear in a day, that marketing your program is, if you stop sleeping, you can get all of those things done, right? But the sleep's kind of important. So we do have a VPK marketing kit that we can give you that has just information you can share, ready to go posts, all of those things. So if that's something you're interested in, let us know. We do share that out periodically, but it just has material to do because we know that takes time. That's something we do here with the wonderful group I work with, and it takes time. It takes time to get all of those things done. So if you would like that kit, let us know so you can market your program. If you ever need help, if you're like, goodness, I just need help kind of getting this started and where do I begin and how do I do that? Type that in the chat because we would love to know if that's maybe something we should add on to what we do from a communication standpoint. If you just need a little bit of a support phase for that, we would love to assist you. So if that's something you're like, goodness, I would like to know about marketing my program a little bit or using social media a little bit more, let us know. We'd be curious.
Absolutely. We definitely have some marketing tools we can share too.
Yes. We know you're busy. We know you're exceptionally busy and it's a lot to get done. So we are happy to send that out if you don't have it, if you need it. If you have ideas or thoughts or things that would help you, we are here. So, and we have brilliant people who work on that, Ariel being one of them. The communications team, we're certainly happy to create materials to save that step, but to get the word out about your wonderful programs.
Okay.
Got it. Thank you. Good to know.
Just a reminder for those of you with school readiness, is sort of something I need to send out. As we come to the end of the contract year, if you have not recently checked out the registration fee submission in the provider portal, you can submit for up to $75 towards registration fees for children. And for this year, this contract year, that does close at the end of this month. So if you had anybody that you have not done the registration fee for, please go in and look at that section within the provider portal and submit those requests to us. Once the year closes out, you won't be able to do it for this year, so you won't be able to submit that again. It was a kind of an issue in the beginning when we first started having this as an opportunity, but seems like people are kind of on it a little bit better. So it was just a reminder on my calendar to let people. You may not go in there all the time, so just to kind of check it out and see if there's any children that you would want to submit that request for. And then that does come when we pay it. It is paid monthly if you've submitted the invoice request. We'll see it on your payment report as a line item of registration fee paid.
I have one more item for everybody. I have so many things today. I'm
You
sorry.
do, yeah?
I'm
No, no.
so excited. I have so
I
many
can
things.
see.
I have so many things today. Okay. So, the other portion is we are updating the system where you register for all of your professional development with the coalition. Um, and so I have two questions. So in-house, um, that's okay. Ashley, we will come back to mini grants. Don't worry. I'll get through my last thing, I promise. Um, in-house, we call the system Learning Management System, LMS, and we're going to a new updated version that is called 2.0. Now, eventually it may, shift and change, but right now we call it LMS. But my question is, from just an informal standpoint, where you register for training with the coalition, what do you call that system? Because sometimes we like to use acronyms, we like to make letters out of everything, and we like to use words that maybe not everybody uses. So if I say LMS, or I'm talking about something with Wells or another system, at times I'm going to stop and say, is this what everyone else calls it, or is this just something we call it because we work here and we've picked up a term either that the state of Florida is using or something else. So if there's a different term you use for that calendar where you sign up for training, let us know because we want to use the words that make sense for you. So please let us know. That system will be updating. We will be sharing more information about how that system updates and how you sign in for training. So keep an eye out for that. You'll see materials, but if you see the letters LMS, or you see something else, we will always try to spell those letters out just so you know, okay, this is the thing we're talking about. Just like if we talk about the registry and we talk about wells, we'll try to use terms and you can always stop and say, what are you saying? What thing are you talking about? So we can make sure we're using the same terms for the same things all the time. So we will be sending information out about updates. It's nothing scary, nothing really new, just a couple little steps to make sure you get signed up for trainings. So easy peasy. So have that coming out. The other thing is we are updating our website. It's going to be very pretty, but also still easy to navigate. We're working with a partner who's helping us set that up, who they are working all the magic on the backside. So the front side will be just as easy to navigate as the one right now. You will see that in July, after July 4th. So stay tuned. We're excited to get that out there, but it will have all the beautiful things you know right now, just a different look on the outside. So, okay, Gina, I swear I'm done. I promise I'm done.
No, no, no. It's a good information. Sorry, I was just answering Rachel. She was talking about VPK Renaissance. Did we did have something about VPK? I'm sorry,
Training,
no. No, that's what's the Shapies thing that they can take it with
age of
them?
learning,
Age of
summer.
Learning. Did we talk about that already?
Not yet.
Oh,
I
okay.
didn't get there.
Okay. So if you do VPK, there is the Renaissance training for the new year that is open and out already. So staff can take that training and sign those two agreements. Um, and you as an administrator will probably have to, oh, that's the second thing. You're going to have to reset your password. Um, Set password, but also if you have any reporting out of the Renaissance system that you did not get, you need to do that before June 30th because they will wipe this year's data from the system. So I'll get an email out about that too. But if please keep digital copies of any of your Renaissance reports that you may um, this is especially the parent reports that you have to give to them. So a lot of times parents are asking for those. They may have misplaced it or whatever, and we don't have access either. So the whole system wipes at the end of June. So please keep a digital copy of your reports from Renaissance. Um, that's what I'm sorry, I was doing two things at the same time. Update on the mini grant. Everyone will be approved. We're shooting for payment to be out before the end of the month, but if not, it'll be out at the beginning of July. Um, and I will get the training email out. So that's the update on the mini grant. If you need more,
Ashley, do you want us to drop the guidance document for the mini grant down below? I'm not sure if you saw it in the chat above. If you can't see it, just let us know and we'll drop it down below again, if you need it.
Lee was asking about the SR registration. So you can submit registration requests anytime as long as the student has had a month of attendance. So you can do them every month if you need to. Um, you would have to submit that by the time I would say by June 30th, so that when they process June's attendance, it's there for them to pay. So I would recommend going into that section more frequently than not to see if there's any kids that you want to submit the request for. And I will get you the link for the Renaissance training. Uh, so everyone's approved, Ashley, for the mini grant. You will get the money, and I realize we are asking you to spend the money before you may actually get the money. But you're not going to be denied. You will get the payment. I just can't guarantee you're going to get it by June 30th. Because of our processing time. And let me get to the educator, and then until the revision of
Okay,
the
Ashley, good, you got
library.
it. All right. I was just going to try to figure out how to do that and glad you got it because I was moving at a snail's pace. So I was just going to have to do phone a friend and ask Ariel for help.
Um, okay, so will there be some revision to the library
Okay.
in the portal, mainly regarding reimbursements? They're not listed numerically or alphabetically. You have to scroll. So you can oddly enough, we can't do it, but you can. When you're on the library, you can click the buttons at the next, there's kind of like it's like a weird little double arrow thing. It doesn't even really a button. You have to kind of click the little double arrow on the column, and it will resort the documents in that folder. So usually what I would recommend is that you resort for the most recently uploaded, so that you get that to the top. So go by the upload date, Matilda, and then you can see your most recent reimbursement report that may have been uploaded in the system. We actually can't do that. So I recommend as a provider to do that so that you can, yes, because there's a ton of stuff in there. I don't know how you find anything some days, but if you click, it's over, it's just at the end of the column. There's a little like a double arrow, and that resorts the documents. Try that, and then if you want us to help you walk through it, we can. But I put the VPK fast training website in the chat. I did email that out with the VPK updates recently. Um, Sorry. A good que good question. Sorry, I'm just putting extra letters on everything I typed today. Just all kinds of craziness.
Okay, we are down to a little less than 15 minutes. These calls always go so
So
fast,
fast. Yeah,
so
so
quick.
fast.
And hopefully they're so helpful with all of our notes in the chat and all of our links in the chat. We'll put them all at the end. So if you missed a link, or your scroll is going kind of slow, we'll make sure they're all linked at the end.
Mhm.
Okay. And while we're thinking,
Thank you,
okay.
Ariel.
Thank you. Thank you, Ariel. I'm messaging Ariel and going, I'm stuck.
I'm
Help. I'm
stuck.
stuck.
Please
Help,
help.
help, help, help. Thank you. Are there topics when we have these meetings that you want us to cover? Are there things that we are going to have experts come on who are going to talk about, reimbursements and scholarship processes and all of the, really dig in? But are there other topics you would really like us to cover when we have these calls that would be helpful to you? If you think of them, drop them in the chat so we can make
Yeah.
sure we get you that information.
Did you talk about VPK Fast? Did I miss it? Or not
I
Fast.
did,
I'm sorry. Age of Learning.
I did not.
Oh, okay. I'm like, I was typing. I'm not paying attention.
Okay. And I know you talked about it a little bit about updating for the year.
Yes. Renaissance, yes. But Age
Yes.
of Learning's different. I know many people use the tablets for the two. But I know there was an initiative for Age of Learning, right?
Pardon
For
me.
them to take it, use it over the summer. I
Yes.
thought I saw something.
I believe that's also for children who just completed VPK. So if we don't have that link right now, we'll make sure to share it, that that's an opportunity. Lots of summer learning support. We want our friends who are going to VPK to be ready to go.
Providers. So that's a great question. It used to be called CCEP, Child Care Executive Partnership. It shifted to SR Match.
Mhm.
And actually, it's still in flux. We did not do new SR Match commitment forms, state commitment forms with providers this year because there was some clarification that came out about the funds being federally eligible. So we are looking to do it locally in partnership with our Children's Services Council. You can still refer employees in for the SR match using the current referral form, and we will more than likely have a new commitment form coming out in July under the local program. So the program will continue. We're just not doing it through the state quite the same way as we did before. So
So yeah, that
yeah,
sounds like something for the next call we will definitely do.
yeah, we'll definitely
So we
have to
can
do
dig
that.
into
Yeah.
that one. And Lee, I will be learning alongside you. So
Yes. SR match is
that's
fun.
definitely one
Yeah.
that, yeah, I definitely have to scale up
It's a
on.
great program. I'm happy it's not going away, but it is shifting a little bit. So I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I hoped to had an update out about that one, but that one kind of got lost in the shuffle.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's the end of the year. It's time
yeah.
for contracts. Yeah, we're juggling.
Um,
We're juggling. It's that time of year for juggling.
exactly.
Updates from the health department, nothing out of the ordinary, but from time to time, if they're available, we have hosted the health department on here for questions and answers. So if that's something of interest, we can try to coordinate that again.
Yeah.
SR registration, that's probably a sooner rather than later. You need next year's registration. It has to be in by June 30th, correct, Gina?
It would be for any children that you had this year. So if you had not asked for us to contribute that $75 toward the registration fee for any children in your 25-26 contract year, you would need to do that before the end of this month. So you would go to that section in the provider portal. I think it's under um, enrollments or attendance. I think it might be under attendance. And then you would go to registration. Any children that are listed there would be eligible for you to submit the request for that payment to be made to you. And you would need to do that for any kids for this contract year. If it goes past June 30th, then you can't submit for this year, and it would be next year. So, but I will try and send something out. But if you want to give me a call, Laconia, I can walk you through it.
Uh, Karen, to your question, will Aspire come back? I'm guessing the program that we had that supported hiring new educators, is that the part of Aspire you're talking about, or the part that was working with existing educators to go on for further education? Yes. So I'm not sure if that will be back. That was definitely, we love that program 100%. That definitely came out during the pandemic when we knew that staffing up was was a big priority as sites reopened and regained capacity. I don't know if it'll come back and look exactly the same. But if I hear differently, or that becomes available, you will hear us talking about it, just like mini grants. We know it was really popular, really important as we were reopening programs. So if something like that comes back around, we will let you know. Newly signed legislation, Lee, good question. So we will be sharing more about anything that comes out. There are still some pieces that are in flux. Certainly, we're still waiting on the budget to go through. So once we have everything final, we will be sharing that. Of course, anything new that's coming down from the state, they will also be sharing through. So in some areas, we'll be, going off of their guidance. So we will share more on that as well. Good question. Yeah, we're just, especially right now, waiting for those final things. June is always, a lot going on, a lot happening. So we will update.
Mhm. It's a
Okay.
busy time of year.
Of course, happy to do it. So these calls are definitely your calls. One thing, get excited, everyone. This is big excitement. So coming up in the next call, we may schedule another one. We're in hurricane season. So the joy of
Mm.
Florida. We are in hurricane season, right? And knock wood, it's supposed to be quiet this year. So long may that continue.
Why
I
did
know.
you say that out loud?
I know. It's like I shouldn't say it out loud, right? Because almost you say it and then you're just asking for a busy season. We don't want a busy season. We want quiet and peaceful. We want quiet, peaceful season. But just in case, every year we do an update as one of these meetings just on emergency preparedness. Um, and so we will be doing that on one of these calls just to give an update and a little refresh for everyone on um, items to consider, how we handle those solutions as a coalition. So we will be doing that as one of these calls. So I know, Gina, I think it kind of worked because I knocked wood at the same time. Does that?
Okay.
I
Okay.
did. I
I'll
knocked
take
wood as
that.
I said it. I did
All
knock
right.
wood. Okay.
I
No.
will. I'll
But I
take
know
that.
we always hate to talk about what we think the season will be like because it does kind of, you know, my theory is if I go buy all the cases of water and store them in my
Then you'll be
house,
good.
well, then it seems to be a lesser storm season because then I'm staring at cases of water going, what am I going to do now? I have to drink all of this. So my
We
superstition
too.
is if I buy the water, it
There you
somehow
go.
sets up the season. This the least scientific plan ever. So
I want to say we did a webinar one time for that too. I've
we
seen the,
did, and it's in my
yeah,
plan. I dusted off our communication side of the plan, and I'm like, oh, we get to everyone's favorite topic in Florida.
that's
Everyone's
right.
favorite topic on emergency planning
Yeah.
and
We can't
on the
live
storms
here.
we don't want to have, right? But
Right.
I think it's my superstition as well. If we have the call and I buy the water,
Right. Then we'll
maybe
be
it will
good.
help us in some way. Okay.
When it comes to the portal, I'm going to give you this piece of advice. Everybody should take this piece of advice. The portal logged you out. It may not look like it logged you out. You may not realize you've been logged out until you go to do something, and then it has logged you out. My recommendation is that if you're logged in and you're going to walk away for more than 5 minutes or 3 minutes probably to log yourself out and close out the browser with the login page on it. Because if you don't, when you go to get in again, it is going to make you do the login like 2 or 3 times because it's still holding on to that cookie or that cache is still thinking, oh, I'm sort of still here, when in fact you're not. It's logged you out. So My recommendation is, and you just have to kind of put it in practice, that if you're not going to be using it, that you log out, close out your browser, get out of it completely, and then when you go to log in again, it will not require you to do those multiple logins. Cleaning your browser's history as well is helpful because it does leave those cookies and not good cookies. They're not chocolate chip cookies. They're not
I
peanut
know.
butter
They're
cookies. They're
not
not good
tasty.
cookies. So you have to delete all those extra cookies in the background because it does make you log in multiple times. Happens to me all the time, drives me crazy. So I just sort of have to change what I'm doing, and that means just getting out and closing it
Good
out,
tip.
and then refresh, start again,
Mhm.
and make it happen.
Yeah.
Um, I don't think we have anybody on from Early Head Start. I
No, but
don't think
I
there's a
can
separate
answer
mini
this one.
grant.
So
Yeah.
mini grants are for school readiness and VPK.
Mhm.
So they're coming down through money through the state of Florida. The Head Start grant is federal funding. They did not have money set aside within Head Start for mini grants, but you are a school readiness provider. So the grants are for school readiness and VPK.
Yep.
So, but not space in the Head Start budget this year, but space in the school readiness and VPK budget. So good news all around. Good news all
Yeah.
around.
Absolutely. I do know that the early Head Start team was trying to support providers. Most everybody's done. So
Yeah,
we did update them with them.
yeah, yeah. So a little different than a mini grant, obviously
Mm,
there was always, updating of supplies, equipment, all of those things, but a little different than the mini grant process for the state.
yeah.
So different funding. Sure.
Yep. Yep.
And definitely, Karen, those questions. I know Early Head Start has their own calls too, their own magical calls. And I know you might miss Gina and I because we are lots of fun, but also double check on those calls. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Great support team. Oh my goodness, look at that. 58,
Gina, it
158.
flew. It
Happens every
flew,
time.
everybody. Hopefully, we got you all the information. Um, thank you, Ariel and team. And this, you'll have
Yes,
everything in
thank
the
you.
notes. This will be up on our YouTube channel.
Look
So,
forward to look for our we're calling, I don't know what we're going to call them anymore. Started calling them micro learnings, but our sessions going forward with sort of different learning topics, and we'll get a calendar out of those so that you can tune into
yeah, so
those.
you can come on and
Yeah,
enjoy those too. Okay,
happy to offer. Awesome.
thanks.
Awesome.
Still
Thank you.
here.
Thank you. It's nice
Yeah.
to see you all.
Happy
Please take
June.
care.
Happy summer.
Happy summer. Be careful out there.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Gina and Erin.
Thank
And
you.
please keep an eye to for the recording on YouTube later. Thank you
All
all.
right. Thanks,
Thank you.
everyone.
Enjoy.